How patient are you, T-Rex? 35 degrees, 8:15. I've been studying the weather for 2 hours. Sorry. Gonna need that next week. Maybe. Everything in weather should be maybe. Let's start with 4 days ago, Monday morning, we were out here showing the GFS had a huge rainstorm with a low pressure system on the south coast of New England and the rain snow line up in southeastern Canada. Probably the worst 4-day forecast from a global model that I can recall in my professional career. We didn't have those when I was a boy. LFM went out 48 hours. Yeah, and what was it called? The ETA went out about 72 hours. This whole 10-day forecasting thing is almost a little bit like the Wizard of Oz. You follow the yellow brick road, it goes one way. Follow the red brick road, it goes completely the other. So that Friday storm took the red brick road, and it doesn't even exist. Maybe that little bit of rain or snow near Indiana and Ohio, I guess, qualifies. Even the Euro had snow over Virginia. I said, I think we'll go with a dry Friday. So I got that part, anyhow. It looks like the leaves are finally off the burning bush. This all just happened in the last, say, 36 hours. So, the leaves are on the ground. Same thing with the pussy willow. We are ready for winter. And it is wintry chill. Interesting profile on Mount Washington this morning with the coldest air, not at the summit. So, yesterday I made this reference, at least in my text, that the cold air was coming in like a snail. It wasn't that windy, but it did ramp up last night and this morning. And then once it gets here, it's going to be like an elephant. The cold air, like an elephant, that's because high pressure and cold air is very dense. And we have a real strong high. We go through the government maps here, and it goes to about 1050 to our north. And opposite of what I've been saying the last couple of weeks, when the highs go to your south, you warm up very quickly. When the highs go to your north, you do not warm up very quickly at all. And sure enough, all the guidance is trending colder and colder. And we have to watch every angle here in the Northeast. I say I love New England weather because it comes at us from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west. And that's all happening over the next couple of days. First of all, we have this cold, dry air here for our Friday. High pressure continues to build, and the seas are getting rougher and rougher. We're going to have a north or a northeast wind here the entire week with that massive storm out in the ocean. But let's just close in here on the Northeast. This little clipper goes by tomorrow, Sunday night. Hello, Rex. A clipper goes by Sunday night, and it's going to clip us with a little bit of snow here and there. And even before that happens, tomorrow, got to rewind a little. Tomorrow, with an onshore flow, we may have some snizzle. So don't expect too much sun like this after today. Tomorrow with that ocean flow, it's not cold enough for real ocean effect snow because it's shallow cold air, but it is cold enough with an inversion to lock in low clouds and perhaps some drizzle that may freeze on its way down. So snizzle, that's kind of a snowy drizzle. And the ground may actually turn white here tomorrow evening right near Boston. Anyhow, all right, back to that looping. We have this front with the looping low that goes by out there tomorrow. And then Sunday, you have one coming in from the west, and that one's going to come in and go to our south, and that one looks like it wants to bomb out, head north, and crush southeastern Canada, and then may back all the way toward Maine. That's when we're going to really ramp up our wind here from the north on Tuesday. We may get clipped by that system off to the east, and then Wednesday we may get a day off, and then we look to the west. And here comes this monster storm everybody's been talking about coming on the west coast now. Severe weather in the deep south on Tuesday into Wednesday. And that's on our doorstep Thursday. And the trend for that one has been further south, colder and colder. And it now looks like that is a pure winter storm for New England. And you know that winter storms in New England do bring rain to the coastal areas. But the mountains may end up snowing for 2 to 3 days. Nice new Twitter friend. Well, actually, I don't know how nice you are. But last night you got my attention with a tweet. What is it, Mark Masco? I think you're in central New York, and you said something about what happened in 2003. You remember, I don't know how you remember that, 19 years ago, I had to go look in my journal, and there was a storm, December 6, 7, 2003. It was actually a tropical storm, Claudette, coming out of the Dominican Republic, and it kind of merged with a sort of wayward polar vortex, and we had 52 inches of snow in 3 days at Sugarloaf, 2 days. 82-mile-an-hour winds in Pinkham Notch, and that was about a 2 or 3 day storm. And that could be in the cards, something like that coming in here as the storm that comes in late in the week stalls, loops around in the Gulf of Maine, and then goes out. So several days of snow are in the forecast for the Northeast, Southeastern Canada, New York, next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And it's probably not until about Sunday, day 10 or so, that we're going to get an offshore wind. So the surf, ski, weather is almost off the charts. So much I wanted to talk about. The moon was so gorgeous last night. It just went down. Tomorrow morning we'll probably have the moon out there. I'm going to do a snowcast today too. And there's so much that's been on my mind. I don't know if I got to it all, but you want to put away your garden hoses, that's for sure. No, really, today is the day. This is the day that winter returns in earnest to New England, and it's here probably until about December 24th, and then we know what happens after that. Talk to you tomorrow. Talk to you even sooner. Do a snowcast today. Sorry about the audio in there. That wind on the north side of the house. Here on the south side of the house, look, we still have roses in December. Couple of corrections. I just really quickly read my notes on that December 7 event in 2003. It was Tropical Storm Odette down in the Dominican Republic, and the 82-mile-an-hour wind was at Mount Desert off the coast of Maine. So what a coincidence. There's almost a tropical system out there now, and here comes a polar vortex. So will we repeat 2003? Time will tell. Okay, now back to your regularly scheduled and more from yesterday. Great Hill Park changes by the day. Can't keep up with it. T-Rex, look how much bigger it is. Put down some grass seed. Wonder if it'll grow in December. It'll turn something. Green of some sort's gonna come up here. Maybe not during the winter. It's transition day. Still near 50, tomorrow closer to 40, and then a bunch of days in the 30s. And it might even snow on Great Hill. We'll be here Monday morning to go out the door for weather and more. Are you saying it's a little bit cold out there? Is that why you're laying next to the heater? Christine gave me great advice. Ball up the cord like this, and you can roll it out easier the next year. Believe it or not, there's already 100 feet on this tree. But Janet needs them to go way inside, so you gotta layer them. Do you spend much time cutting the labels off the cords? Yeah, quite unsightly. They're probably there for our protection. What do they say anyway? Can someone read this to me, please? Try not to take a bath while plugging in lights at the same time. Oh, all right. Some pretty good balance there, Mitt. How many bulbs do you think are on here? I don't know, but a couple 100 feet worth. Gotta go deep, round and round and round. So far, none of them have burnt out. Cross your paws.